kwenyu. I also extend congratulations to our newly elected colleagues in our sister house, the National Assembly, and wish them every success as we begin to execute our national duties of jointly steering our beloved country to greater heights. In embracing the spirit of devolution, I'm delighted by the rich blend of membership of the Fourth Senate drawn from former members of the National Assembly, governors, and members of the county assemblies. I note that 9 former members of the National Assembly and 4 members of the county assemblies have joined the Senate, while some have returned after hiatus. They bring with them invaluable experience that will enrich the House. We're also fortunate to have a diverse blend of professionals joining the Senate, including top legal minds, no less than senior counsel, scholars, doctors, renowned members of the civil society, among others. Let me also take this opportunity to acknowledge the contributions of senators from the Third Senate who did not return, including the 8 members of the Third Senate who are elected as governors. I'm confident that they will continue to serve Kenyans in the different capacities. Kenyans from all walks of life deserve a pat on the back for demonstrating to the entire world that we have a mature and vibrant democracy following the peaceful general elections held on the 9th of August 2022, and the subsequent petition filed and concluded at the Supreme Court. Distinguished senators, permit me at this juncture to pay my singular special tribute to my immediate predecessor, the Right Honourable Kenneth Makelo Lusaka, EGH, who was recently elected as the governor of Bungoma County. He ably presided over the Third Senate in perhaps one of the most challenging periods in our country's history. Historically, the First Senate was established in 1963 and functioned until 1966, when it was dissolved and merged with the House of Representatives to form the National Assembly. The First Senate, under the 2010 Constitution, was inaugurated on the 28th of March 2013, primarily to oversee the implementation of the devolved systems of governance. Honourable Senators, it is worth mentioning that at the onset of devolution, Senate was sailing in uncharted waters. None of political leadership and pioneer senators had a clear idea what the task ahead entailed. As Speaker Lusaka noted on the 31st of August 2017, they had to learn how to swim by swimming. It was largely trial and error at first. The Senate of the 12th Parliament, to a great measure, played an instrumental role in improving the legislative regime, work systems, and coherence of key processes that have gradually bolstered devolution implementation. My predecessors and the leadership teams, guided by unit of purpose and the will to actualize devolution, initiated work systems, spearheaded a series of retreats, workshops, and seminars that rapidly crafted the framework of transiting and administering Senate in the 11th and the 12th Parliaments. As the renowned American writer and political commentator Walter Lippmann wrote, and I quote, "The final test of a leader is that he leaves behind in other men, and women for that matter, the conviction that the will to carry on." We salute both the Right Honourable Ekwe Ethuro and the Right Honourable Kenneth Lusaka and their leadership teams for their remarkable contributions. The Fourth Senate must now build on the decade of institutional maturity. Permit me, Honourable Senators, to also appreciate and laud the Clerk of the Senate, Mr. Jeremiah Nyegenye, his team for the unwavering and steadfast support and for making the appropriate preparations for this momentous occasion. Honourable Senators, devolution as a novel development model was meant to ensure balanced, equitable and just development in all regions of Kenya. I can submit without fear of contradiction that so far it is working. I welcome and associate myself with the positive spirit exhibited and pronouncements made by the newly elected governors to change their strategy of engagement and work more closely with the Senate, the National Assembly, and the national government. In addition, the pledge and commitment currently being witnessed to intensify the fight against corruption in the respective governments is highly commendable. Kenyans are looking forward to a new dawn and expect senators to aggressively defend devolution and county governments better. We must ensure devolution works for the people and accountability is therefore exercised. Distinguished senators, the critical question is, what next? What is next for the Fourth Senate? How do we build on the achievements of the First, Second, and Third Senates? Fundamentally, the Senate must continue to play its constitutional mandate and role more vigorously. Just to reiterate and remind ourselves, senators, the primary mandate of the Senate is to represent the counties and their governments and protect the interests of the counties and hence successfully implement devolution. The Senate is involved in lawmaking by considering, debating, and approving bills concerning counties, determines the allocation of revenue among counties, exercises oversight over the national revenue allocated to the counties, and participates in the oversight of state officers by considering and determining any resolution to remove the president or deputy president. Distinguished senators, the Senate is the bastion of devolution. Devolution has been a game changer and has significantly transformed our country. The county governments are currently receiving billions of shillings, courtesy of the Senate's intervention, to finance various development programs and provide essential services that are aimed at improving the well-being and welfare of the Kenyan people. Massive infrastructural projects have been built throughout the country, including roads, educational and healthy facilities, as well as housing projects. In addition, local entrepreneurs, youth and women have greatly benefited in terms of securing businesses and employment opportunities. Distinguished senators, since 2013, without doubt, devolution has dramatically altered the political and socio-economic fabric of our country. Kenyans are currently reeling and undergoing tough economic times. The Senate is duty-bound to be more sensitive to the dictates and aspirations of the ordinary mwananchi. Going forward, honorable senators, with the rich blend of its membership, it is incumbent upon the Fourth Senate to play its due constitutional role and ensure that national and county governments deliver on their mandate to improve or lighten the burden of our people. We hence cannot rest on our rollers. We must build on the foundation already created, achievement made, and strive to make devolution work more effectively and better. We must initiate and enact more devolution-compliant legislation and bills, since our predecessors have already identified a number of grey areas in our devolved systems of governance. We will adopt a proactive approach in our pursuit to make the Senate an effective governance institution to Kenyans and let Senate be the sanctuary in times of distress. I urge and encourage Kenyans to make the Senate their beacon of sobriety and hope. The First Senate will strive to reach out and harmoniously work with the National Assembly. Hitherto, supremacy wars witnessed in the past between the two houses have tended to foment unnecessary acrimony and grandstanding, which adversely impacted on the legislative outputs. I call upon and encourage honourable senators here to address emerging contentious legislative challenges and resolve them within stipulated mediation frameworks while adopting collegiate approaches noting that these processes are intended to serve the best interest of the people. That is how tangible and progressive milestones will be realized by bicameral parliament. Distinguished senators, I also wish to urge honorable senators to adopt and nurture bipartisan and collegiate leadership approaches that will transform and invigorate the Senate to embrace the various political shades and interests represented in the 13th Parliament and ensure they find their rightful place. Under the new Senate leadership, we will endeavor and ensure to do the following. 1, the Senate work strategy will be reviewed as appropriate to enable senators perform their constitutional and leadership responsibilities through systems that are predictable and adequately facilitated to enable them to deliver effectively and quality services. 2, dynamic and innovative programs and activities of the Senate, guided by the need to respond to key priorities of the counties, shall be initiated to respond to identified challenges. The Senate will continually bolster and strengthen internal collaborative linkages, deepen existing partnerships and engagement between the Senate, national and county government departments and agencies, regional and international development partners, as well as non-state actors, to work closely and harmoniously with the opposition family. Learning and leadership are indispensable to each other. We will ensure continuous capacity development and empowerment of senators and their secretariats so that they can constantly update their skills and expertise and ensure they acquire requisite parliamentary exposure to enable them handle complex and new frontiers of legislative and public affairs. The Senate will endeavor to be responsive to emergent situations and reignite the manner in which traditional legislative services and relations with our various stakeholders and counties are offered. Honourable Senators, elections come and go. We have concluded the electoral phase and must now proceed to the critical transitional and development phases. After the delicate ballet dance of politics, we have to overcome and begin to heal from our challenges born out of these divisive political alignments. I urge and call upon our people to refocus, embrace unity, and move forward. No Kenyan should feel left out. It is now time to put behind us political rivalries, roll out our sleeves, and together focus on building the new Kenya that we all desire. Distinguished senators, Kenyans expect from us nothing short of servant, responsive, and effective leadership. Let us aspire to be forthright in the performance of our legislative functions, especially in undertaking oversight roles, so that the citizenry can build trust, find refuge, and solace in the Senate of the Republic of Kenya. We should neither entertain nor accept any discourse that will divide or polarize Kenyans. Honourable Senators, as I conclude, I wish to undertake that under my stewardship, my commitment to you, Honourable Senators, and the people we represent, is to be a faithful and impartial servant, ready to discharge my diverse roles and responsibilities with due diligence and in accordance with the Constitution of Kenya and Senate standing orders. Finally, to quote the former United States President, John F. Kennedy, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. We have a collective, solemn, and patriotic duty and responsibility to rally fellow leaders and Kenyans to put the interests of our country first and move it to the next level of development and prosperity. On my part, I shall respect and uphold the rule of law, legality, and nurture the culture of constitutionalism. And I shall protect, defend the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, and always safeguard the mandate and role of the Senate. Honourable Senators, I welcome you all to join me as we embark on this journey together. I thank you. May God bless the Senate, and may God bless our country. Thank you so much. Next order, please.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Point of order. We do after the vote. Huh?
Yes, the Senator of Kakamega. What's your point of order?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you'll pardon me. I wanted to make a small acknowledgement for what has just happened, but we have agreed collectively that it can wait until after the second order of electing the Deputy Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Very well, the Senator for Kakamega. Next order, please.
Order number 5, election of the Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Senators, Standing Order number 13 provides that as soon as practicable, after the election of a Speaker following a general election, a Deputy Speaker shall be elected. Standing Order number 13.4 further provides that the procedure for the election of the Deputy Speaker shall, with necessary modification, be the same as that prescribed for the election of the Speaker. A number of activities were required for the election of the Deputy Speaker before this sitting. I will proceed to detail each of such activity and the manner in which we have complied with the standing orders. Firstly, Standing Order number 5, 1, requires upon the President notifying the place and date for the first sitting of the new Senate, pursuant to Article 126(2) of the Constitution, the clerk shall by notice in the Gazette notify that fact and invite interested persons to submit the nomination papers for election to the office of the Deputy Speaker. Vide Gazette Notice number 10532, dated 5th of September 2022, and an advertisement in the Daily Nation and the Standard newspapers of 6th September 2022. The Clerk of the Senate invited persons to submit their nomination papers for election to the office of Deputy Speaker of the Senate. Secondly, Standing Order number 5.4 requires that the clerk shall maintain a register in which shall be shown the date and time when each candidate's nomination papers were received, and shall ascertain that every such candidate for election to the office of Deputy Speaker is qualified to be elected as such under Article 106 of the Constitution. Honourable Senators, for the position of Deputy of the Senate, the following candidates were validly nominated as at the close of the nomination period. 1. Mazayo Stewart Shadrach Mochiru, identification number 1059777. 2. Murungi Kathuri, identification number 11544617. Standing Order number 6.1, as read together with Standing Order 13.4, provides that the election of the Deputy Speaker shall be by secret ballot. I now direct Honourable Senators, pursuant to Standing Order number 8, a candidate may, by written notice to the clerk, withdraw his or her candidature before a ballot is started. In this regard, I wish to draw the attention of the Honourable Senators that this morning, by a letter dated 8th September 2022 and addressed to the Clerk of the Senate, Senator Mazayo Stewart Shadrach Mochiru withdrew his candidature for the position of Deputy Speaker of the Senate. Honorable Senators, Senator Mazayo Stewart Shadrack Machiru, having withdrawn his candidature for the position of Deputy Speaker of the Senate, we now have only one duly nominated candidate for the position of the Deputy Speaker of the Senate. Standing Order number 11, as read together with Standing Order number 13.4, provide that if there is only one candidate who has been duly nominated for election as Deputy Speaker at the expiry of the nomination period, that candidate shall be declared forthwith to have been elected Deputy Speaker without any ballot or vote being required. Consequently, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order number 11, as read together with Standing Order number 13.4, I hereby forthwith declare Senator Murungi Kathuri to be duly elected as the Deputy Speaker of the Senate. I shall now proceed to administer the oath of affirmation of office on the Deputy Speaker.
Tuombe Kiswahili.
Biblia.
Tuongee Kiswahili leo. Mwenyezi Mungu nisaidie. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Kwa jina la Mwenyezi Mungu kwamba nitakuwa mwaminifu na mtiifu kwa watu wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, kwamba nitatii, nitaheshimu, nitatetea, nitatunza, nitahifadhi na kulinda katiba ya Jamhuri ya Kenya, na kwamba nitayatekeleza majukumu yangu ya bunge kwa uaminifu na uangalifu. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu nisaidie. Alhamdulillah.
I, Itonga Mokonji, aka formerly Kujituma, having been elected a member of the National Assembly, do swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the people and the Republic of Kenya, that I will obey, respect, uphold, preserve, protect, and defend this Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, and that I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge the duties of a Member of Parliament. So help me God.
We are actually writing the history of this nation. And therefore, I request that you allow us at least 1.5 minutes, those who wish to congratulate you, to do so. And if you so permit, allow me, Mr. Speaker, to congratulate you for winning this position. Mr. Speaker, my colleagues here have voted for you, maybe because of the good campaign you did. You recall what we went through. But myself, I voted you for that and 2 more reasons. The first one, Mr. Speaker, is that I know that you believe in Parliament. You believe in the power of legislation. And how do I know, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, when you were the governor of Kilifi, and I was the chairman of the Senate Public Accounts and Investment Committee, Mr. Speaker, I visited your county and visited many other counties. And you are the first governor to build a debating chamber, modern chamber for MCS. I saw that as a commitment to a leader who believes in the role of lawmaking. For this, I voted for you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, also, you touched me. I believe in family, and the beginning of family is children. Again, when I visited your county, I saw the kind of infrastructure that you had put in place for early childhood development in education, and I thought you are truly a leader. I congratulate you, and at the same time, I also want to remember the clerk. The clerk has led us very well this morning. There were futile attempts to scuttle this process, but we have succeeded. And because I said history was being made, there was another form of history that was made this morning, Mr. Speaker, that some of your opponents who are actually going to challenge you had one of them, he collected papers both to run for Senate and run for the National Assembly, which was very well. Then he announced that he was going to run, Mr. Speaker, to be the Speaker of the National Assembly. Then he changed his mind and said he was going to run for the position of Speaker of the Senate. Mr. Speaker,
Honorable
but I'm on a point of order.
Senator for Kakamega, please confine yourself to the congratulatory message you want to deliver.
Yes. Mr. Speaker, I was building my congratulations, but because my brother Justice thinks that he knows where I'm going, I'll allow him that latitude. But at the end of the day, conclude by saying, Kenyans, we must take institutions seriously. If indeed we are taking institutions seriously, the merry-go-round, the go-round that we have seen this morning was not necessary. Every minute spent here is spending public funds. I want to appeal to my brothers on the other side that please let us give this institution the seriousness it deserves. And I believe, Mr. Speaker, when I scan around, you will allow me to brag a little bit, that I know you very well. Mr. Speaker, you recall in those difficult days when you came to Parliament, as a very young professional, I welcomed you to Parliament. At that time, you were very handsome, but you have become even more handsome, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I am confident that because you have become older, you're wiser, let us lead this Republic of Kenya so that devolution works. We don't want to demand that we are the senior house. We want to prove that we are the senior house by teaching the lower house how jobs are done in Parliament. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Honourable Senators, let us take at least a minute so that we give time to others who would wish, or 2 minutes, at least 2 minutes, so that we can have as many as possible to also deliver their message. On this other side, the Senator for Kilifi County.
Asante Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, kitu cha kwanza nataka kutoa kongole kwako kwa ushindi wako katika kura ya Senate, kuwa Spika wa Senate. Najua hii ni safari ndefu sana, na najua mengi yanatarajiwa kutoka kwako kama Spika wa bunge hili la Senate. Bwana Spika, vile vile nataka kuwapatia kongole hawa ndugu zangu wamesimama na wewe. Najua ni upande ule kina Murkomen, ndugu yangu Aaron Cheriot, niko na ndugu wangu Cherargei na wengineo wote hawa wamesimama na wewe vizuri mpaka ukapata ushindi. Ushindi huu si wako. Ushindi huu ni wa Kenya wote. Kiti unachokitia hivi sasa ni kiti ambacho kinatazamwa na Wakenya wote, ya kwamba katika utendakazi wako kama Spika wa bunge la Senate utaweza kuona ya kwamba kutakuwa na upinzani na wale walio wengi ambao ni serikali. Kwa hiyo najua, nina imani vile ninavyokuelewa wewe, tumetoka mbali sana, tumezaliwa pamoja, tumeishi pamoja, tunatoka pamoja mahali pote. Najua ya kwamba kazi unaiweza na utaifanya vilivyo kulinganishana na elimu ulio nayo, experience ulio nayo na ujasiri pia ulio nao. Cha mwisho ni kwamba sisi sote tulioko hapa nataka kuwapatia kongole pia hawa ndugu zangu wapya ambao wameingia wakati huu ndani ya Senate. Ni safari ndefu, najua tutakuwa tukikwaruzana, lakini najua ya kwamba mnaelewa kwamba bunge hili la Senate ni bunge ambalo ni bipartisan. Hakuna mambo ukifika hapa unasema kwamba uko chama hichi, uko chama hichi, sote tuko pamoja. Kwa hiyo nataka kupatia kongole kwa safari yako hii ulioanza hivi leo. Asante sana.
Senator Murkomen.
Thank you. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I know there will be an opportunity for us to say much thereafter when we resume back as a Senate. But I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you and the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Kaduri, for being elected as the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker respectively. Mr. Speaker, this is a very momentous time in our history. For the first time, the Republic of Kenya has produced a Speaker of Parliament who comes from Coast Region. And Mr. Speaker, for the first time, we have an opportunity to demonstrate that the entire country, through the leadership of Kenya Kwanza team, has a face of Kenya, and a proper face of Kenya. I am a very proud member of Kenya Kwanza team on this side, Mr. Speaker, and speaking for the side that I belong to. I am among a team of senators here with Kinyua, with Delekwe, Senator Cierī, that, Mr. Speaker, were taunted for so many days in the last parliament for almost 3 years. Every time a vote was taken here, and Cherargei is here also, we were always reminded that, where are your numbers? I am so happy, Mr. Speaker, that our numbers have counted today. I am also very happy, Mr. Speaker, that we have a new dawn in this republic with a new president, President William Samoei Ruto. And I'm really amazed I'm using the word president, because it was not feasible in the eyes of men a few months ago. President William Samoei Ruto is a deep believer on matters devolution. Mr. Speaker, we've had a fight for a long time, supremacy battle for 10 years between this chamber and the lower house, Mr. Speaker. But with your election, and I believe the election of your brother in the other house, I don't want to preempt, I believe with sitting down with the president who believes in devolution and the Senate, we will end this supremacy battle. And the beginning of that ending, Mr. Speaker, is for both you and your brother in the National Assembly to sit down, instruct the lawyers who went to court in National Assembly and the Senate to record a consent, Mr. Speaker, on the operation of Article 110 of the Constitution on movement of bills from both houses of Parliament. Mr. Speaker, if you allow me just 1 minute, because that's extremely important as a former leader in this House. Mr. Speaker, that will be, and in fact, because I am privy to some conversation you have already had with the President and your brother who is garnering for position in National Assembly. If that can be done by next week, it will be a quick win on matters of devolution and the stature of the House of Senate in this republic. Mr. Speaker, for far too long, this House has always prayed that they have a leadership that believes in strengthening devolution and protecting the functions of senators. There is a pending miscellaneous bill in this, Mr. Speaker. There is a pending, Mr. Speaker, bill in this House, for both houses, that deals with oversight responsibilities of this House. Again, that will be a quick win that will make this Senate a strong Senate. If these things can be achieved in the next 2-3 weeks, we will have achieved, Mr. Speaker, something far much more than what we achieved in the last 10 years. Because the last 10 years have been years of fighting, Mr. Speaker, for the strength and supremacies and the strengthening of this House. I believe through you and with the Kenya Kwanza team and the leadership of President William Ruto, this House will bring back honor and will be a house of honor. The last thing, Mr. Speaker, 98% of the time in this House, both houses, we do things bipartisan. It is rare that we will disagree, because devolution in Elgeyo Marakwet is devolution in Kilifi. And I believe that through your leadership and negotiating skills, both as a lawyer and as a person who has led county for 10 years, you will lead this House to demonstrate nationalism and patriotism, Mr. Speaker, and to make sure that all the time we use consensus to agree on the things we are going to do in this House. You are the best choice. There is no accident. You've been elected by these men and women, but also God has permitted you to lead, because it's the right time for you to lead this Senate. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Soipan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Allow me to take this opportunity to give my hearty congratulations to yourself and the Honorable Kaduri, who has been duly elected as the Deputy Speaker of this House. And I must say at the very onset that for me, coming from across from the other house, today, and I'm sure even Honorable Kaduri, is a day when we are going through a Damascus moment. Because I just realized that indeed this is the upper house. For the longest time that I am serving my third term, and so is Honorable Kaduri. So congratulations, Mr. Speaker. I know and I believe, as my vote went to you, that as a former two-term governor, that you are very best placed to take the business that is transacted in this house to the next level, and also to afford the House of Senate, and indeed matters devolution, the seriousness and the commitment that the matters devolution deserve in this country. And your election and that of the Deputy Speaker comes at an opportune time, Honorable Speaker, when we have a president who is fully committed, fully bought into supporting devolution in this country. I congratulate you, and as we go forward, we shall have many more things to say, and you have our full support, and together with your Deputy Speaker, to be able to steer this House, and indeed Kenya, because this is a proud day for the people of the Coast Region, the people of Meru County, and indeed Kenyans at large, because this is a moment where we shall witness the face of Kenya, of competent Kenyans in the legislative space of this country, and indeed in all other spheres of leadership. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Faki.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii. Kwanza nachukua fursa hii kukupa kongole kwa kuchaguliwa kama Spika wa Bunge la Senate. Vile vile pia nachukua fursa hii kumpa kongole Mheshimiwa Naibu Spika, Mheshimiwa Kidhuri, ambaye pia bunge lililokwisha tulikuwa tunamuita Kadhuri kama shinani, because alikuwa anacheza mpira winga na ni mtanashati sana. Vile vile nichukue fursa hii kuwapa kongole maseneta wenzangu wote ambao wamechaguliwa katika bunge hili la 13. Tuna kazi kubwa ya kufanya, kwa hivyo tungeomba kwamba tushirikiane na tuweze kufanya kazi pamoja ili kupeleka mbele maslahi ya Wakenya na wapiga kura wetu kwa jumla. Mheshimiwa Spika, umechaguliwa wakati bunge la Senate kama ulivyozungumza lina vita vya ubabe na bunge la kitaifa. Bunge la kitaifa linachukua fursa ya ukaribu nafikiri walikuwa wako nayo na serikali inayoondoka kuhakikisha kwamba zile miswada yote ambayo inapitishwa na bunge la Senate inaendelea kukaliwa kule, na kuna sheria nyingi ambazo tulipitisha na hatukuweza kuziona zikitumika kwa sababu zilikuwa zinakufa katika lile bunge la kitaifa. Kwa hivyo nafikiri kwa uzoefu wako na kazi zako nzuri, tuna uhakika kwamba swala hilo halitaweza kutokea katika bunge hili la 13. Vile vile Mheshimiwa Spika, nimekusikia ukigusia katika hotuba yako kwamba utahakikisha kwamba maseneta wamewezeshwa ili kuweza kufanya kazi zao za usimamizi. Mheshimiwa Spika, hiyo ni shida kubwa ambayo tumekuwa nayo, na vile vile pia tutaomba iweze kurekebishwa ili tuone kwamba kazi zetu zinafanyika na tunaona kwamba matunda ya devolution au matunda ya ugatuzi yanafikia wananchi katika nchi yetu ya Kenya. Mheshimiwa Spika, pia bila ya kusahau, ningependa pia kumpa kongole Mheshimiwa Miraji ambaye Miraji ni mtoto wa dadangu, na nimefurahi kwamba pia ameweza kuingia katika bunge la Senate, na namhakikishia kwamba tutaweza kumshika mkono katika bunge hili pamoja na wale wabunge wote wengine wageni, ili tuhakikishe kwamba wanaweza kutekeleza majukumu yao bila ya matatizo na wanakuwa ni wenye kusaidia bunge hili kuweza kufikia malengo yake. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii.
Senator of Laikipia.
Asante sana Bwana Spika. Nataka kuchukua fursa hii kukupongeza na tena nataka kuchukua fursa hii kumpa heko naibu wako Mheshimiwa Gathuri. Na mimi jambo ambalo ningependa tena kusema ni kuwapongeza maseneta wote waliochaguliwa, na nimshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu kwa kutupa fursa hii ya kuweza kufika katika seneti hii. Na hasa niwapongeze watu wa Laikipia hata vile walivyonipigia mimi kura na akampigia Rais Mheshimiwa William Samoei Arap Ruto. Nasema asanti na asanti sana kwao. Bwana Spika, mimi nataka kusema na kupongeza, na nilipokuwa nikipiga kura yangu nilijiuliza maswali matatu, na yote yalipata ndio, kwa sababu jambo la kwanza nilitaka seneta aliyebombea katika kazi ya gatuzi zetu. Wewe nikajua ni mmoja uliobombea kabisa. Swali la pili nilijiuliza ni ya kwamba ni seneta ambaye ataelewa mambo ya serikali kuu. Nikakumbuka vizuri dhahiri shahiri ya kwamba wewe ulikuwa waziri. Nikajua hapo tena umepata ndipo. Swali la tatu ambalo nilijiuliza ni mtu ni mtenda kazi, tena vile ambavyo atachangia katika Kiswahili, kwa sababu mimi napenda kuongea Kiswahili katika seneti yetu. Nikajiuliza yule ambaye seneta atafanya Kiswahili chetu Kiswahili kitukuke, na alafu tuende katika upeo wa pili ama upeo wa juu zaidi. Ukapata ndio. Kwa hivyo sikuwa na shaka pangu rohoni ya kwamba speaker tuliona yeye amebombea katika kazi yake, na mimi najua kwamba kutoka kikao hichi tukiwa sisi wote tumekubaliana, na najua kwamba sisi sasa tukiwa hapa kama seneti tutatembea pamoja, na seneti itakuwa, nimesikia Mheshimiwa Seneta Soipana akisema ya kwamba hata yeye mwenyewe amekubali ya kwamba hili ndilo jumba kuu, na jumba kuu litaendelea kufanya maswala ambayo inafanywa katika majumba makuu ya Jamhuri ya Kenya na hata dunia kwa jumla. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka kupongeza, niseme asanti na nakutakia mema, na mimi nataka kukuhakikishia kwamba nitaunga mkono naibu wako Mheshimiwa Gathuri ili seneti hii iendelee kufanya kazi yake. Na Mheshimiwa Spika, umesema ya kwamba utakuwa katika kipao cha mbele kujua ya kwamba pesa ambazo zitakazotumika kwa lugha ya Kizungu wanaita oversight, utatilia mkazo tuweze kuzipata ili tufanye kazi yetu kwa uadilifu, na kwa sababu tumeapa tutafanya kwa uaminifu. Mimi nasema nitakuwa katika kipao cha mbele kufanya kwa uaminifu na uangalifu, na ewe Mwenyezi Mungu nisaidie.
Senator Ali Roba.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And considering this is my maiden speech, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate you together with the Deputy Speaker that has been elected. I also want to congratulate the senators who have been sworn in just before the elections, as well as appreciate our colleagues who are on the other side who supported to vote you in together with the Deputy Speaker. Mr. Speaker, having worked with you for the last 10 years in devolution as pioneer governors, there has never been a better time to expect renewed devolution support from the Senate. The senators have done very well, but with my colleague, former Governor Emeritus of Uasin Gishu, Mandago, myself, and you as a governor who has served 2 terms, and with clear understanding of first-hand experience on devolution, and Senate with its important role of supporting devolution. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have new hope that devolution is going to really achieve even better than what has happened before. I said sometimes back before in an informal meeting somewhere that the era of legislating for posterity will get a boost with you being elected as the Speaker of this Senate. I want to take this opportunity to say congratulations. Look forward to strengthening devolution. Asante sana.
I will allow maybe 4 before we rise. Of course, there's going to be an opportunity for all of us to give your congratulatory messages, but for purposes of this session, allow me to give 4 senators, 3 from this side and 1 from this side. So, the senator for Kilifi, I thought you've already made your, because I can see you're complaining a lot. We'll give 2 ladies senators, and I'll start with Senator Gloria.
Mr. Speaker, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you and to congratulate our Deputy Speaker as well. When I put in my vote for you and the Deputy Speaker, it is because I know that being a newly nominated senator who's a woman, we are looking forward to a house where we can actually give meaningful contributions as nominated senators, and particularly as women. And I don't have much to say today, but to congratulate you and the Deputy Speaker, and also to urge that my fellow nominated senators, particularly the women, that we must try to change the notion that nominated senators who are women cannot give meaningful contributions. And I really look forward to participating in this House. It is a notion.
Thank you. Due to the demand from members, we are going to open it a bit further. We're going to be more generous. So I will allow Senator Cierī to take the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. From the onset, on behalf of myself and the great people of Nandi, I want to congratulate you, plus your deputy. We wish you well. Mr. Speaker, sir, I've worked with you before when I was the Senate Justice Legal Affairs in a party used to be called Jubilee in those days. You are also the chairperson of Council of Governors representing the legal affairs. So I've worked with you, and Mr. Speaker, it is an honor because when you used to serve as the chairperson of COG Legal, I used to serve as Senator Legal under one famous party called Jubilee. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, I know also when you used to appear before CPIC, where I was a member, you are a very good client, and we have interacted on various sessions, and I'm happy that you are coming to the House with immense knowledge of devolution. In terms, you have been a legislator, you have been a cabinet minister, and I think, Mr. Speaker, sir, we look forward to working closely. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I agree with Senator Murkomen. I was the chair who drafted the pleadings, and he was our able majority leader, and I hope he remains so, where we work, led by the former Speaker from here to the Milimani High Court, Mr. Speaker, because of 24 legislations that were non-concurrent by the lower house, Mr. Speaker. I hope the election of our brother, the lower house, and yourself, you can come at a concurrent point so that we can proceed. Mr. Speaker, we wish you well. You have seen, and I want to thank our colleagues from this other side. You got 46 votes, which is far beyond and round one, and that was needed. Mr. Speaker, let our colleagues come back to the House. This is not the time to resist. I want to appeal to our colleagues wherever they are. Let them come back. We need to build this nation through bottom up, Mr. Speaker, through our able President, Dr. William Ruto, and the Kenya Kwanza. And I want to thank Senator, your Senator, Stuart Madzayo. At least he has stood firm, and he is happy that the city is coming back. I know it has been written in Psalm 4:1 that Azimio senators have joined Kenya Kwanza. There is no problem. The government is big, so let it be. So Senator Kilifi, Madzayo, you did the right thing. All the senators in Azimio who voted for you, they have done a fantastic job. And I want to agree with Senator Murkomen. Now we have the numbers. Thank you very much, Speaker, and all the best.
Thank you. Senator Okiya Omtata.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to thank you and congratulate you for your election and the election of your able deputy, who we had a chat yesterday, and also to congratulate all senators who have been elected to this House or nominated to this House. Mine is to wish you well and pray that the Almighty God grants you the grace to steer this House, knowing that you are the Speaker of the Senate of the Republic of Kenya, not a Speaker of any faction. Secondly, I'll pray that when you settle down, you try to work for a balance of arms in the Parliamentary Service Commission. The Senate has been elbowed out. If you look at the composition and the functions that the Senate or members of the Senate should perform in the Parliamentary Service Commission are not being performed. The National Assembly seems to have grabbed everything. So I'll be praying that going forward, that how the Parliamentary Service Commission should have proper representation from the Senate so that the issues of the Senate can be taken on board. Finally, I thank you for the invitation you have given us to work as a team. And I'll pray that we'll be able to work as a team. I remained behind and voted, but since nobody voted against you, therefore it's obvious that I voted for you. But that does not mean that I joined Kenya Kwanza. I am a member of the National Reconstruction Alliance, and I will guard my autonomy jealously. I will vote on issues and on conviction. I will not be whipped to vote on anything. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Cheptumo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me start by first congratulating you for your election as our Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in 2007, we were together with you in this very chamber during the Grand Coalition government. And we served also with you in the cabinet. And thereafter, you served 2 terms as a governor. You are a member of the legal profession. And I think I will be clear to say that this House is indeed lucky to have you as our Speaker. Not because of any reason, Mr. Speaker, but because I know, and having had sessions to work with you, I am confident that this House will benefit from your experience and your leadership, together with my colleague, the Deputy Speaker, whom also I was with him in the National Assembly for 2 terms. Mr. Speaker, you are also coming on board at a very critical time of our country, when we have a new government. Which government, Mr. Speaker, is clear as to how you would like to drive this country forward. There will be a number of laws, legislations to be passed by this House and the National Assembly. Mr. Speaker, with your directions and your leadership, I'm very certain that our President is going to move this country forward, because as a House we are going to help him to ensure that the relevant laws to be passed will be passed. Mr. Speaker, I listened to your acceptance speech, and you assured the country and these members that you are going to ensure that devolution indeed thrives, because that is the way to go. I want to say that we are going to give you the support necessary. When I was in the other house, Mr. Speaker, I chaired the Delegated Legislation Committee, and I think I need to share this here. And there were a number of areas where this house wanted to be facilitated so that it's able to perform the functions. Mr. Speaker, the new spirit of yourself and your brother from the other side agreeing to work together, I think the side shows these issues of competition as to which is the upper house, of course we know it is this one, and the lower house, shall be issues of the past. So that, Mr. Speaker, we pass laws, regulations, rules for posterity. And with the guidance of your leadership, Mr. Speaker, I believe this country will witness a very, very progressive government, which is going to be led by William Samuel Ruto, a man that has come from
Senator Mohamed Chute.
Mr. Speaker, let me take this opportunity to thank our Almighty God for the opportunity that He gave us to serve our country. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, I would want to take this opportunity to congratulate you and your able deputy for this election. And I would want to congratulate my fellow senators, both appointed and elected, for this opportunity. And thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Miraj.
Shukran Bwana Spika, na ningependa kukushukuru kwa kunipa fursa hii dhabia ili niweze kukupongeza kwenye nafasi hii uliyoipata. Na nimesimamisha mkono sana kwa sababu nilitaka Wakenya wasikie ya kwamba sisi wa Pwani ni watu wa aina gani. Sisi wa Pwani ni watu wa karimu. Na serikali ya William Samoei Ruto pamoja na wajumbe wote waliokupigia kura ya kwamba hii serikali tuliyoiunda ni serikali ambayo hata wachache wenye tajriba na uwezo wa kutenda kazi watapata fursa ya kuongoza katika serikali ya William Ruto. Mimi kama mtoto wa mama mboga, ambapo ahadi zetu nyingi tulipokuwa katika kampeni zetu, tuliweza kusema kwamba kura ya safari hii itakuwa kura ya malengo na maono na sio ukabila. Na wapongeza ndugu zangu kina Murkomen ambao walikuwa na idadi ya kupigia mtu ambaye angetoka upande wa bara, lakini wakatupa sisi wa Pwani nafasi kwa sababu ndugu yetu Kingi una uwezo na tajriba ya kulipeleka bunge hili. Kongole, na kukumbusha kwamba sisi wa Pwani ni wastaarabu na watu wenye kuweka watu pamoja. Kwa hivyo Mwenyezi Mungu akuongoze na akuwezeshe uweze kuienua tena sura ya Mpwani katika taifa la Kenya. Asanteni.
Senator Gataya, I'm doing this purposely because we need to balance regions, but we'll give each one of you an opportunity to say something.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Today is a big day for Kenyans because, Honorable Speaker, you and your brother Kaduri Muronge, who happens to be my neighbor at home, you have been voted overwhelmingly by almost every member who was in the House simply because people know you. I have been an MC for 10 years, that is 2 terms. I've been following what we've been doing in Kirifi as a governor. I have seen you as a minister for East African Community at one time. And I think this house has made the very right decision to make you the Kadhuri Muronge. We commonly call him Kadhuri Kamashinani, because Kadhuri is my neighbor who anybody would describe as very sober, very humble, and I want to assure you that you get the maximum cooperation and assistance from Kadhuri Muronge as your deputy. So, Mr. Speaker, we are so happy that today you have brought that reflection that you are a true Kenyan who has invited votes across the country. So in this regard, as a house, we promise that we shall support you and give you the maximum support throughout the journey for the 5 years that we shall be here. Thank you very much.
Senator of Turkana.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this golden opportunity. I want to take this opportunity, Mr. Speaker, to thank the Almighty God for giving you this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I come from the farthest corner of this nation, Turkana County. Mr. Speaker, in this county, there are so many great extreme challenges, which I know, Mr. Speaker, with your confidence and the confidence we have in you, you know we will try our level best to make sure those challenges facing the northern part of Kenya will really be resolved. Mr. Speaker, I want also to take this opportunity to thank all the senators who are elected in their respective places, areas and counties. Mr. Speaker, I also thank the Deputy Speaker, who is my friend, who have been with him for 2 terms in the National Assembly. And I want to assure him, because of the experience we had in the National Assembly, that we will support the Senate House so that we make sure it is supposed to be the upper house, not the lower house. Mr. Speaker, as I finish, I trust you, and the people who I represent trust you also. Mr. Speaker, I know this Senate is just like a polling station, one polling station, with 69 members. And to you to handle a polling station, it is very easy, Mr. Speaker. As senators, maybe as senators for me, I take care of over 300 polling stations. So, Mr. Speaker, I have confidence in you that, Mr. Speaker, you will take care, welfare of these senators as you take care of this welfare of these senators. We will be sure and we will have confidence that the community we represent or the citizens we represent will automatically be taken care when their senators are taken care. Mr. Speaker, I want to congratulate you and pray God to give you enough grace and wisdom to represent and to support this House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mandago.
Mr. Speaker, let me first take this opportunity to congratulate you and your able deputy for your election as the Speaker of this Honorable House, and to congratulate my fellow senators who have been elected to serve in this House. And Mr. Speaker, having served with you in the Council of Governors for 2 terms, I want to say I'm one of the honorable senators who is happy that we have members in this House, Mr. Speaker, who are in the other House and now acknowledge that this is a upper House and that indeed they erred in passing legislations that undermine devolution. I'm happy the wheel of devolution has rotated 360. We now have honorable members who have been members of the National Assembly. We have people who have been in the cabinet. We have people who have become governors. We have people who are MCAs. And we have a speaker who has he himself done 360 in terms of administration from parliament, cabinet, governor, and now the Speaker of the Senate. Mr. Speaker, we have a golden opportunity as the senators of this country to truly make devolution work by utilizing the capital we have in the goodwill of President William Ruto to support devolution. Thank you very much and congratulations, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mutinda.
Mr. Speaker, I want to take this opportunity to highly congratulate you this afternoon. Being a nominated senator is a first journey, and the process that I've seen today, I'm very delighted to be part of it for the changes that we want to make in this country. To the Deputy Speaker, also my neighbor on the other side, congratulations. And this is an indication of the wonderful leadership that Kenya Kwanza is going to offer. Peaceful proceedings, teamwork in this nation. And I believe through these processes, we are going to deliver and we are going to serve Kenyans. God bless you.
Senator Nyandarua.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And first and foremost, allow me to congratulate you for your well-deserved win. I am not sure whether they told you from where you are that I was your agent in that election. So most likely I'll see you after the sitting. And I also want to thank the clerk for conducting the morning session very well. Honorable Speaker, today is a big day, as my colleagues have mentioned. And I've just been told by Senator Murkomen that you've also made history as the first speaker to be elected on the first round. Congratulations. It tells you the direction the people of Kenya have taken because they are speaking through their own representatives. They want a united Kenya. They want us to move forward. Our senior, the Senator for Kakamega, mentioned that we had very many reasons to vote for you. And I also had very many reasons to vote for you. One is because you campaigned very well. Number 2 is because I believe you are the best candidate. Number 3 is because my senior Senator Murkomen has always reminded me of royalty, faithfulness, and fidelity. Those are the 3 things that he has always reminded me about, and I have not forgotten. And number 4, I have also had an opportunity to know you in the past. I joined the university. By the way, we have a history that is almost close to each other. That is why I voted for you. You became a member of parliament for Magarini at 32 years. I am coming in as a senator for Nyandarua at 31 years. You understand the challenges that young parliamentarians face, and you should be able to address them because you have been there. I joined Pwani University in 2013, and then you are a governor for Kilifi, and I was running to be a member of the Pwani University Student Council. But I come from a very, very, very small village called Karoboivi, and a very humble background. I didn't have anything to push me there. I came to your office. I asked you to help me. You didn't know me. You helped me. I was asking for posters. You gave me posters and even more than posters. My mother is there, Janet Wanjiru, and she knows that you paid for our fees for the remaining part of the term. Thank you very much. I was reminding you the other day that when you came to ask for my vote, I was telling you that it is my time to now pay back. You didn't know me then, so I need not to know you now. I only needed to vote for you. And finally, Honorable Speaker, I would also wish to talk to my colleagues who just left this morning. It is not that they were elected by their people to walk out of the chambers of Parliament. They are supposed to be here to come and express themselves. Walking out is disdain to the people that elected them to come here. You are elected to come to the Senate, and then you leave the Senate. A big purpose of why you ran for office. You would have rather asked the others to come and represent their counties. Finally, Honourable Speaker, allow me to also, I am coming also from my lower house. I have been a big and a small man at the County Assembly of Nyandarua. I was working as the personal secretary to the Speaker of the County Assembly of Nyandarua, who is in the Speaker's gallery, James Ndegwa Home. He gave me an opportunity to serve in his office. So you not even have deficiency in your office. I have all the experience that you need from a personal secretary. I'll be able to help. Thank you very much, and congratulations from my own self and from the people of Nyandarua.
Thank you, Senator Veronica Maina.
Mr. Speaker, sir, let me first take this opportunity to congratulate you on your election as a Speaker. I believe this is a great moment for Kenya. We have gotten the best Speaker we could have gotten in the Senate House today, because we had all the CVs and we had a look at those CVs, and I can affirm and endorse you as the right Speaker for this Senate House. This Senate House has a heavy responsibility towards the whole nation of Kenya. It has the oversight role over the devolution funds and the county governments. We are looking forward to a moment when we can optimize the use of the county funds, or the devolved funds that are sent to the counties, not just for one county, but for the 47 counties. Because the only way to realize the bottom-up economic model in this nation of Kenya, through the Kenya Kwanza coalition government, is through